The engine is starting up.
For launch. GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max, go. Eagle, go. Ecom,
go. Pending final steps to cabin link check.
3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the Rift Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Good evening, travelers and those alike. How is everybody doing tonight?
Hello.
That was a little scary.
A little scary?
The intro was a little scary.
You haven't seen our intro before?
I have, but I never really paid attention to it. You know how you like see things, but you don't really, it like goes over your head. But when you're really concentrating on it, it was a little spooky.
Oh, thank you. I'll take a compliment to that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, travelers and those alike, welcome to the energy forecast of the Orion effect right here on the Rift Nation Network. I am the quintessential cosmic traveler himself, the Hitman.
And I'm Rhonda Harris.
And Joni Skinner is in the house.
Hello, friends. Hi, friends. Hi, Miss Rhonda. I haven't talked to you in ages.
I know.
I know. We've been busy.
We have.
It has been an incredible ride since November.
Yeah.
We're breaking into 2026, going, okay, what did we leave behind there? What did we bring into this year? That's why we brought Joni on, because we're going to have some fun, you guys. We're going to get your information, our information. We're going to get out there. Several people just went poof, they puffed out here. That's okay. We're still here. I know there's a lot going on, and there's some other shows that are taking place during our show now, which is okay. You know what? It's there's a little room for everybody out there.
Yeah.
So tonight we're gonna have some fun. We are going to have some fun. Jim, how are you? I'm going to hand it on over to Rhonda real quick so we can.
We don't have a lot of people talking in chat, so this will be really fast.
Yeah.
Hello, Keith, Denise, and Jim. Everybody else
Hello.
out there, start talking.
Talk,
friends.
and tell your friends we're here. We're back on there. We're here. We didn't go anywhere. Oh, look at that. That was great. Sparkles.
I found those sparkles last week. I love the sparkles.
Aren't they good?
Yeah, they're
I
good when you.
love them.
Yep, they're cool when you first come on, but after a few minutes, you're like, "Whoa, sparkles got to go."
They just start like going like you get. I get a little dizzy.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Me
concur.
too. Ryan
I
turns
like-
on. I'm like, they got to go.
I like it as an ambient, and that's
Yeah.
it. Once we're on, get ready to go.
Yep.
It doesn't, it's all for the get the show go.
Yeah.
So, Miss Joni, you're going to have a busy week.
Yeah, and I am, but you know what? That's okay because I think when you look at the astrology and you look at the energy, you understand a little bit better about what's going on.
And that's why we're talking tonight.
Right.
We're going to have some fun with that.
Correct.
So tonight, for those who may not know, it's a full moon. It's the full moon tonight. What?
Yep, with a solar eclipse,
Well,
right?
Tuesday?
solar eclipse is the second, third. So it's getting there. It's close. Yeah, we're there.
And then we had all kinds of planets aligned. All the planets were aligned last night, right?
Yeah, but I mean, there is so much going on. Astrologers can't keep I literally
I bet.
we can't keep up with it. We knew this was coming. I've been Rhonda, I've been talking about this
You
for
have been.
months.
Yep.
But when it hit, I had no you read about it, you study it, you look it up, but then when it hits and you watch it, you're like, oh crap.
Yeah.
And it really, war was really not in the picture. It was, but I'm a Libra, so I kind of glossed that over.
Mhm.
But it's not going to be long. It's not long. But what's funny is we knew 2026 would be like this. Keith and I have talked about this on his show since November, that this was ahead, and it was ahead, and just to go with it. And some people are calling this the new Earth.
Okay.
I've heard
You
that
heard
term
that?
just in the last couple of days.
What does that mean?
Well, I couldn't really figure it out because I was like, what is the new Earth? But then if you look at astrology and we are seeing things up in the skies that we have not seen for 8,000 years. And that's just not one or two. It's every single big transit in 2026. We've got one from 1504 coming up. Last time that hit.
Wow.
Yeah, we had one that we had what we called the Great Conjunction. That was on February 20th. The last time it's Jupiter. No, my bad. It's Saturn and Neptune, 1989. And that's when the Great Wall of China fell. We had Tiananmen Square. So we thought, okay, something like that will happen. Governments will collapse. So then we saw Venezuela. We thought, okay. I kind of thought about Iran because we talked about Iran last summer. And I pulled up the new flag. Remember that? And I said, they're an Aries rising. They're going to rise up. And sure enough, it happened. And I'm like, Uh-oh.
That's
Yeah,
actually got some people going. I'm sorry, Rhonda, go ahead. And then,
I also say it just feels like that one might have not have been in the original plan, but it was like a forced hand. So I feel like it's FAFO year. That's just point blank period.
Well,
With
what
everything.
happened? Yeah, it is. And what happened is we had these two giant, the outer planets always control what the collective does, what the world does. Okay. So we have Saturn, which is karma, structure, governments, hooks up with Neptune, which is spirituality. It's fog, it's delusion, it's clairvoyancy. They're together. They've been riding around in Pisces. Neptune for 13 years. So for the past 13 years, we didn't know what was true, what was fake, what was delusion, what was up was down, what was down was up. Chronic victimhood, right?
okay.
Victim. Neptune said, I'm out of here. I'm going into Aries. So Neptune goes into Aries. Well, what's Aries? Aries energy is the warrior. It's like, okay, no more victims. Put your big girl, big boy pants on. We're warriors. We're creating. We're done.
Right.
And then Saturn followed. And they met.
Now, with that being said, Joni, let me ask you a question. Is that why we're finding that stale, stagnant position from November, December, January is now fading, and we're getting ready to go into that phase where we need to create and produce more? We're feeling that getting back in? Okay.
Okay, this is why. What happened is Saturn and Neptune hit what we call whenever you have a planet or anything happen at the 0 degree, you go from every house in the zodiac has 30 degrees, 12 little pieces of the pie, 12 houses, all 30 degrees. It's all math. So at 0 degrees, that's what Saturn and Neptune are. That hasn't happened for 8,000 years, right? So how do you look that up for history? I told Keith, Keith, what do we do? Go look at a cave somewhere? We don't know what happened. He found it. He's like, well, farming began, community farming. I'm like, 8,000 years ago. But 0 degree is the creator degree. It is the new beginning. So it's brand new creation. And so that's where I'm thinking, well, that's why psychics and clairvoyants are calling this a new world.
Okay.
And that's what it is.
So we're kind of starting at that starting line, getting ready for our next race.
We're starting from scratch.
Oh.
We're
Well, that's
starting.
good potential,
We're
right?
starting. And well, a lot of things collapsed that we didn't see.
Yeah.
So now we have to build it back. It's going to be a little bumpy till about August, maybe. But I mean, the next thing that we've got every month is going to be a ride. Every single month until about August or September. So the best thing to do is go with the flow. Like you say, be creative. Everything is going to begin, create. It's a new world. And it's showing up in the astrology.
So I have a question with that.
Okay.
So let me look at it this way real quick, because I'm trying to gather an answer of two sides, because I have several of my friends saying I need to be careful this year. Other friends going, you're fine because of who you are. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting lost. I was born in the year of the rat.
I'm a rat.
Okay. And then, of course, now this is the year of the horse. A lot of my friends have been telling me that are in the field that I need to be careful, not put myself too much out there this year, because this is not my year. How do you feel about that?
Well, let me tell you about your year. It is such an Aquarius year, because remember, Pluto moves about every 30 years. Pluto just went into Aquarius. What's Aquarius? Power to the people. Aquarius, just no rules. Everybody's equal. There's no big boss. There's nobody below me. everybody's equal, and they just don't tolerate anything other than that. I don't
Yeah,
want to
they
live
will
by
fight
the
for the little
rules.
guy. They will fight for the little guy if they see somebody
Oh.
being done unjust.
Yeah, and
Also say, leave me alone.
yeah, they can be a little standoffish, but that's okay. But they're creative and they're futuristic. So what is happening this year is, after this eclipse coming up on March the 3rd, eclipses are going to be in what we call Aquarius North Node. North Node is the destiny North Node. It's it's probably be one of your best years.
Really?
So whether you're year of the rat or whatever, I don't really know what that means. I don't study that.
Okay.
So I don't know what a rat is, but I know that's what I am. But I don't know what rats do.
I think when people say that, they look at it because the rat is small and the horse could trample it.
Is that what it is?
And
Yeah.
it causes
Yeah.
the rat causes the horse a lot of distress.
Yeah.
Well, I thought snakes cause the horse distress.
A little bit of everything there, isn't it? I mean, these
Right.
days, and I think that's what we're finding out. See, that's the other thing. We're all learning something new right now.
Yeah.
You were saying something just a few minutes ago that caught my attention. You were saying how we were moving forward, but we're all being put in a place.
Yes.
And in that place, we're finding new things. So, like right now, he's like, I'm the roosters in the house. Don't get me started on Alice in Chains. The rooster. Okay. I had to, Keith. Sorry. So what we're finding is maybe there's a new sequence. Now, with everything starting over, what we did know, what we were experiencing, we're now relearning and applying what we relearned. Would that sound close of what we should be doing?
I think so. Astrologers really don't know because we don't have a lot to compare this to. Some of the things we have never seen. For example, like we had the Great Conjunction, and that was February 20th, 2026. Okay, so that happened. Then what's going to happen now? The eclipse coming up is huge, and it plays right into what you're saying. This eclipse on the 3rd is in Virgo, right? What is Virgo? It's every day, it's communication, it's daily routine. It is a lunar eclipse, meaning you let something go. Something has to leave out of your life. How you bring things in, how you speak, how you analyze, how you process. If it's outdated and if it's not being used positively, get rid of it. And you look up to the opposite of Virgo, which is Pisces. Everything is pointing to more spirituality and a higher consciousness. The entire year is pointing to that.
Well, how many people out there right now are feeling they've just got a whole bucket load of forgiveness? I mean, honestly, you guys out there, how many of you up to this point right now feel like you have a bucket full of forgiveness about different things that's happened in the past? And no, right, Joni, exactly. And Rhonda, I saw your face, but the weird part is me. I have that.
I mean, I think for me is I've always been a forgiving person anyway, so I don't feel like it's over. Like I don't feel any more or less than I usually have, because I'm usually always willing to give somebody a chance, right? Until maybe more than they deserve.
Well, maybe with the point of, I'm Aquarian into Leo. I'm fully aware of that one. So I wonder if that has a play into it, because I'm at that point going, people have wronged me in the past, and I have just finally said, you know what? I don't care. It doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm moving forward and leaving them behind. And that's just here in the last 6 weeks. That's really hitting.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I feel that Leo crown. Let me put it like this. The Leo crown chair So that chair that the Leo sits in and feeling confident and powerful and knowing I am Leo, looking
Right.
over everybody going, I have my confidence. There's nothing you nor anyone else can do to chip me away at this moment because I feel it truly empowered.
That's perfect. Well, you know why? Because the first eclipse we had in February was in Aquarius Leo.
Mm.
So this is all going to shift over to you guys for Aquarius Leo 2026, 2027. So for an Aquarius, it's unbelievable. It'll be on the North Node, which is you're going to start looking at your destiny more. Why am I here? What should I be doing? What can I do to be better to the collective? So it's going to be a lot of fated questions, fated meetings. Everything's fate, karmic. That's what's going to be coming for Leo or for Aquarius.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense of what you're referring to because that's exactly how I've been feeling. As far as me, I'm not going to speak for Rhonda, but I know for me that's exactly. But Rhonda, what's your north? Do you know what your north is?
What's your north?
I don't know right off the top of my head.
I can't remember.
I can't either what my north was.
I'm going to tell you what, for everybody, I got to do some promotions here. I got to. If you are looking for your chart, yet it be love chart, universal chart, what's going on, this woman right here, contact her. She has done so much amazing things.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go look. I know where my chart is. Let me go find it.
Let her do her thing because I'm going to prompt you.
Oh, God love you.
So Joni several years ago did Sarah and I's love chart. And it was amazing. And some of y'all may have seen it, some of you may not have, but it's now hanging on our wall. We went in and got it done at Walgreens, and it's gorgeous. So there's something that I want to try to work on this year is I want to bring back the love shift because there's a lot of people that have asked to bring it back because they want. And I'm like, well, you know what? I will talk to the girls and see what happens.
Maybe we could just do it once a month.
See, that's all I want.
That would be fun.
I think it would, and it'll give people time to go. Well, okay, they can get their questions in, and you have time to research, and I have time to research. I think that would be a great idea.
Maybe, Friday night or something.
Some good night that may work for all of us. I agree with you.
My North Node is Capricorn.
Capricorn. Woo.
Her North Node is Capricorn. That's just work. That's the balance between home and job and career.
Yep.
But see, she's an Aquarius sun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the North Node is going to be in that house where her sun is.
Nice.
So see, all of the eclipses for Aquarius Leos, we're switching over now from Virgo to Pisces to Aquarius Leo. They're going to all be triggering that house that your Aquarius sun is in. So it's in its North Node. So it's really a good thing to happen to Aquarians.
It sounds like that's about to explode. It really feels like it.
Everything is about to explode in March 20th. From now until about March 20th, rest up because we go into what we call Aries season, right? We're in Pisces season now, so it's a little calmer. I mean, look at the world right now. It's not calm. So can you imagine what's going to happen when they hit Aries? I'm like, are you kidding me? So again, we're seeing things we've not seen before. We're seeing like 6 planets all in Aries right in the beginning. It's like, who can handle 6 planets of Aries? Aries is the warrior. Yeah. It's the fiery one, so that's going to be crazy. That's April. And then it goes on into May up through July. Crazy. And then we go what we call, remember, Rhonda, when I was talking about the magic triangle all the
Yes.
time?
Yep.
Okay. It faded out. It's back now. So we get on July the 4th, believe it or not. Now, you can't make this up. In America, 250th birthday, July the 4th. It's a magic triangle, Howie. And last time this happened was 1504.
Right.
That's crazy.
So it's exact on July the 4th. It's when Pluto, transformation, Neptune, spirituality, and Uranus, which is breakthroughs, electricity, freedom, and they're all very harmonic. That goes on between now through about 2028. So whatever we're going to go through, we've got support. But it's going to be a little bumpy. Change is bumpy. People don't like change.
I was about to say, we got to take a little bumps to get there, don't we?
I mean, people are losing their stuff right now.
They really are, because they
Because
don't
we're-
understand.
Because it's just energy. So when you realize that, okay, this is what's going on right now with the energy, like in Aries season, you know that people are going to be impulsive. They're going to be short. They're going to be like, let's do it right now, right now.
Mhm.
You know that if you're standing in line and you hear somebody talking loud and they're impulsive and they're kind of, oh, I'm late, you just let it go, because it's like, well, that's just the Aries.
That happened this week. That happened this week at work,
I mean, it's
without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
freaking crazy. But like, well, I told Keith and I were in the Mars and Uranus transit right now, which is kind of bad. It was one to navigate. And I kept telling people on Keith's show and even on my show, if you're going out in a crowd, this transit can move very quickly and it can turn ugly very quickly.
It seems, yeah, I was about to say, it can switch really quick, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like a light switch going off that's out there, depending on the person, individual, place, and thing.
Right.
It's like you do it's okay. The way I think I can explain it is the reaction to an action that is instant. It's not gradual.
Right. Everything is right now. It's just, we have to reach out. This eclipse that we have coming up is telling us to get rid of outdated ways of thinking. We need to become more spiritual. We need to ascend. We need to be, Pisces is compassion. It's spirituality. And so Pisces is, that eclipse is saying, nope, compassion. It's weird because I think some people are ascending and moving up, and some people are staying down.
Yeah.
And they're not wanting to grow.
Yeah.
Haven't you seen this too? Where they're ascending and then they'll stop and just drop. And then they're climbing back up that damn ladder and it starts to get rackly and they drop down. So they go up a little bit, drop, go up a little bit, drop. I've been seeing that a lot for last year. That I have seen. And I'm guilty. I mean, I will say I'm guilty of that too. It's like a burning out sensation. You're just like,
Right.
I can't do this shit. I'm like, and then your brain gets in and goes, what the hell are you talking about? Get up.
Get up, move. Well,
You made this happen.
This energy is shifting so much. Like on Keith's show, every other week, we talk about like the month ahead, the week ahead. And every week I get on and I'm just like, are you kidding me?
We got to give some props now. She's talking about the Otter's Den.
Oh, yeah,
Monday
the Otter's Den.
Tomorrow night. goes
Monday
live
night. Yeah.
With Joni and Keith.
Well,
Now, are you with Keith tomorrow, or is
No,
that
the girls. The girls
okay,
are with
Renee and Jan?
Yeah.
There you go. And a happy birthday to Jan Lynn out there. It's her birthday today. And a happy birthday to her from all the staff here. Yeah.
But
happy birthday.
it is a crazy, crazy month after the 20th. So you just got to learn to roll with it. I think a lot of it is just whatever you can calm yourself down, turn away from electronics. I think our use of electronics needs to, and I say that, but I'm always on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, push back from the electronics. And I'm like, I watch too many cat things, cat videos and stuff, but I laugh. So I think you've got to really just be a little bit calmer this year. Calming, things that make you calm.
Wow, yeah.
Here's a funny one. I asked AI at the 1504, which is the magic triangle.
Mhm.
And I said, what was the main thing that happened in 1504? Because astrologers don't predict. We go back, we're historians. We go back and look at history. And we look at what the planets did back then at that time. So they have, because it's patterns. So Grok told me that Christopher Columbus was stuck in Jamaica on 1504, right?
Mhm.
So he told the people on the island, he knew the lunar eclipse was coming and he knew that the moon would disappear. So he told the people that his God was going to get mad if they didn't give him provisions and food because they were stuck, and that the moon would go away. His God would make the moon go away. And it happened. So he tricked the people. And I'm like, really? Did that really happen? And he's like, yeah, it's documented. I thought it was kind of funny.
Renee sits here and she goes, when I go out, my head is on the swivel.
Yes.
Let someone try to set up. There is enough fire under my feet to cause an explosion. Oh, that's a hell of a way of putting it. I'm gonna someone take the CO2 cartridge from Renee. Wow. There's so well, okay. Renee's a perfect example of what I was talking about.
I know.
There is a fine line of what's going on. I don't want to use the right word for that. In Renee's position, there are several people like her that are feeling like they're about to launch out of a volcano.
I know.
Then there's other people that are like, hey, dude, like, what's going on, man? Like, it's gravy, And then there's other people, they're on the side going, it's okay. We got this. It will happen. And then you have another group going,
I know.
It's four different groups. And the people that I'm talking to, I'm not using the word, they don't care. They're going with their daily lives, not paying attention to what's going on, don't care how they treat people. They can do what they want because they feel entitled.
Right.
So I think this is where it's all starting to mesh. Is that?
Yeah. Mesh or
collide.
Collide's the better word. I think wait till March 20th. Wait till this all hits Aries, because we've been in Pisces and Aquarius, which are a little bit more laid back. Now, what's funny, around March 20th, just if you go to the store or you're getting gas, just listen how loud people are talking, and they're moving really fast, and you can watch it March the 20th. But you take every day just one day at a time, 1 week at a time, because the energy out there does affect us.
Yeah.
And when you know what's coming, you can deal with it a little bit better than it's like I've been on Keith's show. We've been saying, don't, if you go out, make sure and keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Be careful in crowds.
Yeah.
And that happens about once every 2 or 3 months. It doesn't happen that often.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look around at just events that occur during these transits, you see it happen. Where, just pay attention. I think right now more than ever, pay attention. Now more than ever, keep your head out of your phone.
Yeah. And definitely pay attention to your locations or where you're at. Because again, these people that are on that self-centered ride, oh, look at you. Um,
What
those,
they're screaming. What is screaming at people about? I've never seen that in my life.
that got frustrated with me several years ago, and that whole, what is the word, the Karen thing popped out.
Karen.
That started irritating the shit out of me. I really did get irritated by the use of that terminology. I'm like, why are you holding somebody back because they're expressing themselves? Maybe they're not expressing themselves proper, but the
Right.
same people who were calling people Karens were that such individual. Oh,
Right.
so yeah, that's
But I think we have to keep looking at Pisces for compassion and calmness and spirituality, especially if you are aware of energy and you know how it works. Be a little bit patient for the people that may not understand it, because they're frightened. They're living in fear.
people are
Scared. Yes, that's exactly right.
They don't know what they're scared of. That's
No,
the other thing.
they if they know they're scared, but they can't tell you what they're scared of.
Mhm.
So, and that lowers your vibrational level. So when they're scared, yeah.
Rhonda, you want to read Keith?
Already not too good, so good things happen, but not so good by not so good people, and people aren't here anymore. Texas and Cincinnati.
Yeah, it just happened right across the river from me last night in an area that is not a bad area.
Mhm.
And it's like, what happened? What snapped? And Mars Uranus.
Now, with all of this, I know we've all been talking, there's been some good, there's been some neutral. We were looking at the really high negative stuff at some points, but there's a lot of good things that are about to take place. We just got to embrace it.
You have to look. I mean, the astrology could not be any better. Once we get over this, whatever it is we have to go through, and I'll show you a picture of it. You can see it plain as day. Look at, see that blue triangle? There it is. That's it. And where's how? Oh, okay. That's going to be with us till 2028. On the other side of this is complete magic. This is what is here to show us how to do what we need to do, because we're leaving the old, we're going into the new, whatever it is. But you have to hang on to your spirituality to get there, if that makes sense.
I've heard the word magic be used several times in the last 3 weeks. And actually, a few people who said, if you didn't know or believe what magic was, pay attention, because this year is definitely going to excite the magic that's in the air. And I'm like, as a practicing magician, if you will, as a practicing illusionist, that excites me, because I'm going, what are they talking about? What is it? I need to know that they don't, they're I need to know. But now I'm going, I think I'm starting to understand. Perfect example. I've been a lazy ass for 6 weeks. I've been catching up, taking care of the show at the last minute, sleeping too long. But in the reverse, I'm doing things that are better for my body and taking care of issues that I should have paid attention to a long time ago. So I'm going, okay. So in that, there is something in the air that kind of went, you need to relax, because I'm going to need you to go forward really fast, really quick, and it's coming. Does that, okay.
That makes complete sense. That's exactly what the astrology is saying. And I think fear is scary when we don't, and the not knowing is a little scary. We don't know what's ahead. We know there's change in the air. We can feel that. You can feel it. Like it's like thick.
Yes.
But we don't know. It is a different world. And now I start to pick up what people are saying, people in charge, or somebody said, people are going to have to realize that the world that we used to live in is not what's ahead for us. It was one of our leaders. And I'm like, do they have an astrologer? What the hell's going on? You know what I mean?
Yes, they do.
I know they do.
They don't tell you. The majority of the governments and your businesses do have astrologists.
Yeah, they do.
Do have I'm not gonna be able to say it. They have people reading the sun power, etc., etc. They're giving them. Now, this is interesting because what you were just talking about, Joni, I can use a perfect example. For many of you know that the largest corporation of promotional let me figure out the promotional advertisement. That's the best way to do it. Is wrestling, the Wrestling Corporation. They are the biggest, largest promoter in the world. But they changed. Wrestling changed. So wrestling changed from the 70s, 80s, 60s, 70s, 80s, when they hit to the 90s, going in 10. And one of the gentlemen named Jim Ross said, wrestling will never be the same again, because what they have done is they have allowed the truth to be seen and let the public judge for themselves if they wish to continue. And it's worse now than it ever was.
Really?
They know, they know that this is all that the actions are true, but the sport and the activity is entertainment.
Right.
Yes. So, and that's what we're seeing. People want to. There are also people that want to be entertained now. I mean, we see this all over the place. They don't.
Sure.
Nobody wants to do a ghost hunt and work with clients anymore. Clients are not calling us anymore. They're going after haunted locations that are, well promoted and have a. Rhonda is dealing with a situation right now with Cabin 360, promoting, getting things out there. It is a high-profile location. That's what people want, except for the people who are really researching into the paranormal. They're like, I want something new. I don't want this crap. I don't want to deal with everybody what public is doing. Public investigation, da-da-da-da-da. That's not getting our research done. So there's two groups of people.
So what do they just want to be entertained and go to go see a certain area or something with a certain reputation or something?
Rhonda, you want to give that a shot?
No, because I don't see it the way you see it at all.
Okay. All right.
So no.
That's great.
I feel like it's kind of, there's still, the majority of people want the real, and they want the smaller things, and they want to help people. They don't necessarily want to pay the money to go to these huge ass locations and pay for places to stay and all of that.
That's that part. Absolutely. And for those who people see, we have our own minds. We don't always get along. But
well, I think that's neat though. I mean, wait now, and I'll tell you what, Uranus, and I know Keith's probably laughing, but I remember when we were talking and I'm like, you wait, that UFO stuff will come out when Uranus goes into Gemini, probably in April. And then the president announced that they're going to release all the UFO papers.
Right.
All that stuff.
And then
that's your ghost hunters. So when that goes into Gemini in April and May, stations, April, May, it's going to pick up because Gemini's learning and people want to learn and they want to talk. So ghost hunting will start back up again, and the ghosts will be very chatty. There you go, Rhonda.
I agree with that, Renee, but I'm just saying, I think a lot of people, they're having to, the smaller, if you're trying to keep a location around for its history,
right,
and it's not something that's on TV all the time, then you have no choice but to promote as much as you possibly can.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's what it is. I mean, I think
Oh, there's nothing wrong.
I think people want to be entertained, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like people are learning that haunted is not the place you're going to get entertained with so much anymore.
I would think they would want to go to different places that people don't really go to, that are kind of unexplored.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? What's popped out in the last couple of years has been that urban explorer. That person that's going out to those undefined places. Of course, it's not always legal where they go, but they're the urban explorer. And I think that's the personality. And I agree with you, Rhonda, completely. These places have to promote. They have to, just to keep it going, because what do they have down their throats? They've got committees, they've got county seats, they have county businesses that are fighting against the location because they see it as a mark. They see it as a bad thing, and they want to try to eradicate that when instead of utilizing it. So
so many are either publicly owned or privately owned, and the people are like, if it doesn't make money, I'm going to sell it and put condos there, like, or I'm going to make it a data center, or I'm going to. I mean, we see that, you know, with lots of places all the time. It's like, oh well, you know, if we can't make money with it, we're just going to sell the whole piece of land and we're going to build crap on it.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to get this prompt out. Keith is definitely showing a shameless plug.
Yes.
Haunted.
Yeah, Keith needs to. I got to plug my computer back in. Wait a minute.
Okay.
The Haunted Stevenson Building in downtown Wymore.
Wymore.
Yeah. More than welcome to promote that out, Keith, and thank you. Is that where Christy is at right now? Okay. Yes. That's not, well, you know what? See, that's friends supporting friends, getting out there. And then I'm all for that. It's family and friends. That's how we get out there and we make this stronger, supporting our friends and family. We don't want to believe in them, you know, but we definitely can believe in their intent of what they're trying to do, what they want to accomplish.
We're going to see that all that stuff is going to amp up after the spring and into the summer. Ghost stuff, ghost hunting, UFOs, all that cool stuff like that, which I think that's good for people. They need an outlet. They need a positive outlet. So if they're out ghost hunting, they're having fun.
It is a positive thing, right? They're going out there. They're still stimulating. They're still stimulating the general area, because think about this. And if you're a business owner, you can understand where I'm going to say when I say this. If you're wanting to stimulate the economy of your location, you have an attraction of that area. You're going to bring people in from out of state, out of county. They're going to pay for your hotel rooms. They're going to pay for your dining. They're going to pay for utilities in some way, even groceries. So they're stimulating your economy. Why would you want to push that
It's
away?
great. I don't know. It's crazy. And you know where I'm seeing it pick up? Guess where I'm seeing like the ghost boxes and stuff are picking up? True crime.
Yes.
That's
true. People are just like now, because now like if I have a case, now I find myself and I'll be researching a case for the show, and there's about 50 people with their voice box where they say, well, I got the person on there. So true crime is really starting to pick up with ghost hunting.
So let me ask you both this. Since, you know, you deal with astrology, and Joni, I know you've owned your own establishment, wink, wink, back in the day next to a very popular place, wink, wink.
Oh, yeah.
And Rhonda, you've been in this for long enough to give this answer. Do you think it's right or wrong when someone just passes to the next level that someone tries to make an attempt to contact them or communicate with them at that point? Or should there be
poor taste? It's poor taste. Just like with I mean, I'll say it here. I've been to the Lizzie boarding house. I investigated it. It's set up in poor taste.
I don't think they can get them that quick.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. I don't think a soul has. I've heard it takes a certain amount of time for that soul to go through a lot of not healing so much, but to get acclimated. So if you're looking for somebody that's just gone missing, I'll give you like Miss Guthrie, like Nancy Guthrie. I've heard a lot of spirit boxes with her. I don't think her soul, and we don't know if she's passed or not. I don't think her soul has gone through enough of the different stages that are meant for a soul to do that, that they would be strong enough.
Yeah.
That's just
I
my
feel like they
opinion.
would appear to maybe family members sooner,
right?
But I don't feel like that, and I think it's a really poor taste to do it for someone who's an active case. Like, I think it's okay to do it, but I don't know. I saw one recently that was with somebody we've actually interviewed before, and I was very displeased.
I don't think it's good to do when people are missing, like with Miss Guthrie, because we don't know if she's gone or not.
Exactly.
And I think it's in poor taste to do that to a family member, because the family is hanging on to get anything, you know? So I just, but I've seen that uptick like crazy. Have you guys noticed that?
Yeah. In fact, there's several women at my present job location that listen to true crime podcasts while they're working. And it's okay as long as it's not disturbing, because in the back office, but they are listening to this podcast. And I brought their attention to you, by the way. So you've gained a few more followers, if you will, Joni. But that's what they're doing. Even Sarah, many of these, they're getting into the true crime stories and the manipulation on how this individual manipulated a situation, place, or thing. What they did to people, that's all part of it. You know, look at the Mendez brothers. Another perfect example right there. You know, we had the missing girls here in Virginia, you know, right here and on 81. That was, you know, big thing. And people, sometimes I think it's better because they're learning the traits of what could be a pedophile, or they're learning the traits of an individual that could have these. Now, the only problem is they could start seeing that trait in everybody.
Right.
Catch 22.
Right.
Oh, good one, Mish. Like, mental health seems to be how well you knew them and what you think of them. Yeah, kind of exactly what I was exactly saying. Yeah. Yeah. Right. That goes back to paying attention to everything and everyone around you.
Do that till about August, because, you know, it's change. We have to be flexible this year for change astrologically. And you just go with it. You know it's going to happen. You roll with it.
I think that's as accurate as it can be.
I mean, that's all you really can do at this point, isn't it? I mean, we can be proactive as much as we want. And maybe we help those individuals that maybe are stressing out. Okay, yes, you can. And I do have to say this while we're on air. If you are encountering someone that's having a bad day or kind of pissy, defuse. Help them try to find out why. It doesn't take hard times to be friendly to somebody. And sometimes that's all that person needs. That's what we need to understand. We need to diffuse the situation and help our friends, help our family, help our fellow human beings.
And coworkers. I mean, if somebody's in it, ask them if they're all right. Is everything going okay?
Yeah, don't be scared of doing that. So many people are scared to talk to their coworkers or their friends or family going, is everything okay? Because they find it as a weakness. It's not a weakness, it's a strength. You're showing your power and you're supporting your friends, family, and your workers. More bosses need to pay more attention to their employees. And that's what this is what I'm talking about. They really do. They pay more attention to their employees that have better productivity and a better understanding.
Yep. But astrologically, give it to about August. Okay. August, we get to August, we've made it. We have made it.
We're almost there, man.
We're almost there. Hey, if we can get through January, February, March, April, May, and July, we're
Okay,
good.
so let me ask you this: is this more like we're looking for our space car? So where are our cargo, man? Where's our car? Is that okay? Yeah, that's.
I think
I
so.
wanted to put some humor in there, you know.
I think so. I think it's just going to be like, WTF? What is going on? I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of what happened is when Saturn and Neptune moved out of Pisces, there were a lot of delusion. Now in Aries, clarity is coming in. So it's like, wait, that wasn't true, or I believe that. A lot of clarity, and a lot of people don't like it if they've been lied to, or they thought it was something and it wasn't.
I would agree with you. I would.
Clarity's
I
coming.
know a lot of people saw the sign that said energy forecast, and you were thinking maybe we were going to talk about the universal energy of cosmic. That's coming. I didn't want to make people get confused, but you need to hear this forecast. This is actually what this is: astrological forecasting.
Yeah,
it is.
Now, Joni, you're going to be on with Rhonda again in 2 nights, right?
Yep.
I know. That'll be fun.
Yep.
That'll be fun. We'll explain more. We'll explain
Promote
more.
that out, you two. Go ahead.
Yeah, because Ryan said, please, I don't know anything about astrology. I go, I'm simple. I said, ask Rhonda.
Yes,
We'll go real simple. So that's Tuesday, right?
It's Tuesday.
Yep. And happy birthday, Jan. Glad you can make it. Thank you.
Chickens in my garden.
Yeah, I'm just going to hang
That's
out.
what I'm saying. That's one good thing with where we're hitting this thing and we're hitting spring, and I don't really sit inside with electronics anyway. I'm outside most of the time. I can't be accustomed to it. I'll be out of its reach.
Even I think it'll be nice just after this winter just to have the windows open and some fresh air.
We did that this weekend. We surely did. We needed to get out of that whole conglomerate box that we've been in here, and I know Sarah's been kind of going cabin crazy. It's work here, work, and and same with me. You're welcome, dear. So we took some time to ourselves in the last couple of days and opened the windows. Took a chick. She went out and she did some exciting things with her book club and other things last night. So that's great. I think that's what we need to do. We need to continue being ourselves. I mean, we got to get out there.
We need to go back to enjoying things and laughing. And I think a lot of that stopped with lockdown because we were like, what happened to us?
Yeah.
We need to get back to where we're not going back to where we were, but we can find the happiness again.
Yeah. I go with that. She says, I have one open now. That's what I'm talking about, girl. We got 2 of them too. So we're coming up at the top of the hour. Make sure to turn into Joni and Rhonda on Tuesday night.
Yep.
9 p.m.
Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Right here on the Rift Nation Network on the Freaking Awesome Paranormal Show right over there. Stay tuned. We do have some new shows that'll be hitting the air very soon. We're excited about that. We have some old hosts and new hosts alike. So I can't say a whole lot more until they hit the air, but I'm excited about what's going on. Joni, thank you so much for taking the time to come on this one.
Anytime.
Rhonda, be good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And to all of you travelers and those thank you so much for taking your Sunday evening with us for the last hour, just chilling out, trying to figure out what this whole mess is and trying to find your place. We all got to find our place. So I'm going to leave it like that one and say, just, what? Continue to help everybody. Help yourself, help them. Right. And then from me to you, may virtue be yours.
Have a great week, everyone.
Y'all be good.
Bye.
Don't get in any trouble. Stay out of trouble.
Wow, that's no fun at all.